Um, I did this thought experiment last night, and I was thinking about getting cancer and how a lot of people get cancer, and it's one of those things where it's like very few people know the time at which they're going to die, and cancer patients are among a small population of people who actually get to know that, and um, it's a horrible thing, but also on many levels, it's a tremendous gift. I've been thinking about it a lot because I think a lot about how when I was a kid, I wasn't fostered to focus on the right things by very many people. I remember I had this like piano teacher in high school. It was the first person in my, I don't want to say my whole life, but almost the first person in my whole life who challenged me, who sat me down and was like, "Hey, you're capable of more than what you're putting out. I want you to fucking put out more." And she challenged me to like, and I don't know, she was just like, "Dude, you need to be practicing more, and you need to be taking this more seriously. You're more talented than what you are doing." And it was the first time I ever did anything uh, hard and was good at it. And I remember, and I've always had this sort of comparison in my mind, like because like nobody else ever challenged me, and I never achieved anything else, and I never would have known that I was like smart and capable. I think until probably just like a much later date, if it hadn't been for that piano teacher. And then there was another piano teacher after her that I saw that he also was similarly. He just like challenged me even harder. He was like, "Dude, no, you can double your practice hours, and you're capable of more than this." And he pushed me even harder, and I just like really excelled under his tutoring. And I played some really difficult piano pieces for my age range, if that makes sense. Like I was like there was a moment in time there when I was like kind of like one of those like Asian kids that you know that are stereotypical. Like I was really good at the piano, and so I don't know. Anyways, that's something that has stuck with me because like I think all the time of all the things where like if I had just been like fostered, if I had just been like taught, tutored, there's so much potential, so much more potential that could have been drawn out of me and into my life. And you know, obviously, it's like a big question. You know, like what areas of life are the best ones to be fostered in and to be mentored and tutored. That's a really big question, and I kind of regret playing the piano because it was not a thing that I really enjoyed, but it was the first thing I was ever good at. Anyways, the point is that I think if you do this thought experiment, like, hey, I've got cancer, I've got a year to live, realistically, uh, when you have a year to live, when they say that in cancer, really what it means is you have 3 good months left. And it's just like, okay, so like I've got 3 good months left. Uh, can I wrap up everything in 3 months? And obviously, I think for most people, the answer is no. But like, also at the same time, like the answer is yes for the important things. Like you can wrap up all the important things in 3 months. Yeah, I think most people can do that. And also, I think that perspective of I have 3 months left to live. What is the most important stuff to do? That perspective is, if it's not the same, it's damn near the same as the perspective of you who were fostered from a young age by people who are pushing you to be your best self. It's damn near the same thing. And it's like you should not wait until you're 90 years old to live like you only have a short time left to live. That's the wrong approach to life. It's also like it's just like you will like your life more and be that much more proud of it if you use this thought experiment as your rubric for what you should be doing and how you should be doing it. And I think it's a really interesting sort of powerful utility because I think everybody knows this. Like everybody's read stories about near death experiences. Everybody's read stories about people who have like tried to commit suicide and weren't successful, and then they're glad they weren't successful, etc. But also like, okay, think about this. Like, you know, Socrates is the guy who drank the hemlock. I think it's Socrates. Uh, he gathered his friends around him and drank hemlock and talked about philosophy until he died. But what I was thinking about is like, did he actually gather all of his friends? Like, what if there were some of his friends who couldn't make it, you know? And what a struggle it would be in his final moments to focus on the friends who were present instead of the ones who couldn't make it, you know? Um, there's this I read about this briefly, and I think I want to look more into it. There's like I don't know if it's like a cult or if it's like a religious sect somewhere in India, but their whole thing is focusing on death, death awareness, and focusing on the fact that you have limited time to live. It's their whole thing. They wear necklaces made of like these big sort of ceremonial necklaces made of literal human skulls, and they they have like these rituals where they bathe themselves in like ash, the ash of people who were cremated, I think, and other stuff. Just like really bizarre, interesting, but also it's just like their focus is a really pure focus. They are focusing on the fact we have limited time, and are you using it well? And um, it's a really interesting idea that is like somehow not explored enough, despite the fact that everyone knows about it, despite the fact that it's like really common. Like everyone knows about suicide, everyone knows that we have limited time, everyone knows that when you get older things get harder, and yet nobody is like actively asking the question like, I've got 3 months to live, are the things that I'm currently doing things that I would still care about, a, and what are things I would, that would matter most to you. And I was just thinking about this today. um I think I would switch into publishing mode. I would go really, really hard. I think I would probably try to live stream everything that I did. I would try to record everything that I did, um, and make sure that there's a record. And I would do my best to dump out all of the thoughts that I have accumulated and get them onto paper, get them recorded, and also like I would do my fucking damnedest to articulate the things that I've come to believe and try and publish something. And uh and I would definitely I would try to pull my friends and family around close to me, but also I'm not really afraid of being abandoned. I think my friends and family would come around me and they would support me. So I don't really feel like I have a fear that that wouldn't happen, and I don't really have a fear of like leaving loose ends untied. I think I have, but I do have sort of like, I think I would act differently. Like I have been working on this social project trying to figure out how to talk to women, and I've been like allowing a lot of stuff to slide because I've got time, and I think that would probably stop instantly. I would throw myself into situations and just see if I can make anything happen, because anything's better than nothing because I'm gonna die. And uh and I think I would be sweeter and nicer, more genuine, and um you know, I would, like, take the time to stop and smell the roses, etc. But also, I would be like extremely jealous of my time. I would try and record everything, and I'm not sure like where the dividing line between like me working my ass off to get everything recorded and published and me spending time with my loved ones lies. I'm not sure where that dividing line is, because I think that um, they're actually, I don't even think that they're equally important. I think publishing is more important to me. Like if it was a choice between spending time with my loved ones until I die or publishing everything, I would publish. I would like it's that important to me. And so like this is an interesting thought experiment, because like just yesterday I was not thinking this way about publishing, and I'm just like, dude, like how much should I be implementing this? I don't know. I just know that um, I want to focus on this kind of awareness. I think this is the right kind of awareness. I think this is the right way to filter the important things in your life and make decisions. And I know I've said this before about like smoking DMT. DMT is a drug that like makes you feel like you're dying, and it gives you a lot of this awareness. But but also I think like that is a crazy drug, and I'm scared to do it again. But also like I'm less scared to do it again the more I think about making these kinds of decisions. Like I think the reason I was scared to do it again was because I was not prepared to commit to the idea of taking the end of my life seriously. And now I want to be that kind of person. I don't know. That's what I was thinking about. I also had some other ideas about like other things that I think are they're like big questions that I have left unresolved for a super long time. Like is America like the best country to live in? Would it not be better for my life and my, and my everything if I just changed countries? This is a big question I've been thinking about for a long time. Also, like learning entrepreneurship and actually like starting a business, actually caring about making money. These are all questions that I've been thinking about for a long time, and they're all just like things that have sort of been hanging in the background. And but this one feels more important. Um, I don't know. There's obviously a hierarchy of things that are important. Like if I only had 3 months, I would focus on publishing. If I had 6 months, that would change the story a lot. But I think it's important that you not let it go to 6 months. You should focus on like you should give yourself a time limit for all the things that are important to accomplish, and it should be small. And it's like if you can't accomplish everything you need to before you die in 3 months, then your priorities are out of whack. Um, and I think that that's like I don't know, it's probably something that everyone should take as gospel. I don't know why not. I don't actually see. Anyways, okay, I'm rambling.